Math A students, we're back, and I'm going to make another movie to show you a little bit more around my math lab. So we were in the sequence of assignments, so I want to make sure that's clear to you that orientation assignment is first, then section 1.1, then mini quiz 1.1, section 1.2, mini quiz 1.2, section 1.3, mini quiz 1.3. It's a little bit confusing at the very beginning because quiz 1 covers the sections 1.1 through 1.4, but I wanted to give you time to get started before that's actually due. So it's not due until Tuesday, February 2nd to give you an extra week because these quizzes numbered quiz 1, quiz 2, and so on. These are called the weekly quizzes, and they're worth the most points of any assignment. So the quiz 1, quiz 2 are worth the most points. Homework is worth the next most points, and then mini quizzes are worth the least amount of points. So just to give you an idea of where you should plan to spend the bulk of your time. So when you're working on assignments, if you would like some extra practice, you can click on your personalized study plan. So if you take a quiz and you're not happy with the results, you can come here to the study plan, and the software is paying attention to how long it takes you to do problems, how many times you work on them, and so on. So this is a place where you can come to get extra practice. So let me take you back to the do homework and go to the homework for section 1.1. and show you that here's the list of all the questions. So there's 24 problems in section 1.1, but they're mostly pretty short. So you can't really tell how long an assignment is going to take by how many questions there are. I have made all the assignments to take about 2 hours because that's really about the average for most students. It may take you longer or less long. But I have a guideline of how long the assignments will take, and that's what I try and stick to. So let's just look at question 8. You can work on them in any order. You can go back to any question you like, and you can work on them until the due date, and then you can keep working on any problems after the due date for 75% credit. So here's a problem that says evaluate 2 times L plus W for L equals 8 and W equals 7. So the idea here is that you would write the problem down on paper, work it out, and then type in the answer. So here's the answer box where you can type in your answer. If you're not sure how to do this problem and you want more help, here's where you click. So this is a relatively new button. If you have used MyMathLab before, this may not be familiar. So here's where you can get question help. So here's where help me solve this, view an example, the textbook, and ask my instructor can be found. You can also print out the homework and work on it on paper and then come back and type all the answers in. You just won't know if your answers are correct or not until after you type them in. So let me show you these different question helps. Help me solve this has you walk through the problem by typing in intermediate answers and checking those answers, and then the software will tell you if you've done them correctly. And 8 plus 7 is 15, so then I check that answer. You can also just click enter on your keyboard rather than having to click your mouse. So I find working on the keyboard actually faster. So when you use help me solve this, you have to do another similar problem to get credit for that problem. So see here, this red X, it's marked it as you didn't complete the problem. So you need to do another one, and then when you type in the correct answer, then it will say correct, and you can work on the next question. At any time, if you want to skip to, say, question 15, you can use this pull-down menu and see the entire assignment and say, I want to skip to number 15. Or you can use the forward arrow for the next question or the back arrow for the previous question. So anything you're not sure what it does, hover over it and see, oh, this is the settings button. Here, this question mark. Oh, this is help on using the player. So on this problem, let's look at view an example. And if you look at view an example, it's going to have more words and it's going to explain, but it doesn't have you typing anything in. So if you use view an example, you don't have to get another problem because it was a different problem that was similar. So you can use that as a guide. So the other thing you can use is watch a video. So if there's a video, in this particular case, there's a video about this question, so you can watch that video for more understanding. You can go to the textbook section and reread the section of the textbook, or you can use Ask My Instructor. So when you click Ask My Instructor, this is an email box that pops open. It has my email address already typed in here. So then it says enter a question or comment to send. You have to type something in here or I don't know what your question is. So do the best you can to explain what you've tried or what you've done or what you don't understand so that I can answer your precise question. If you just have no idea, that's fine to type that too, and I will answer your question. The good thing from my side is that I get section 1.1, question 1.1.45 in the body of the email, and I can click on a link and see exactly what problem you're working on, so I can give you a customized answer and a general answer for that type of problem. So I can tell you the answer to your specific problem, and I can give you a more general answer of how to do that type of problem depending on what your question is. So feel free to use this feature. I love answering questions. That's the most important thing I feel like I do in the online class. So don't hesitate to ask. So once you click send, I will receive that email. So make sure you click save when you've finished working on a homework assignment, and it will be saved and you can work on it online from anywhere, any computer. So that's the beauty of having the software online. Okay, so we talked about the personalized study plan. Let's go to check your grade and review quizzes. So I haven't taken any quizzes yet, but I can come here and review assignments. So I can see that, oh, I haven't done any but number 8, but I did number 8 correctly because there's a green check mark. So this is the button where you can see what your score is. So I have 4.17% for answering that one question correctly. And this is where you can review your quizzes to see what you need to do to improve your score when you take it again, because you get 3 tries for every quiz and unlimited practice quizzes. Now the discussion board, a lot of students tell me they really don't like it, and let's look at the week 1 discussion and see that there are some people that have already posted their discussions. That's wonderful. So the discussion board is really required in order to have the class be a true distance learning online class experience that's equivalent to what you'd receive in a classroom. There has to be interaction from student to instructor and between students. So I'm really required to do this. So just be a good sport and go along with it and do your best. And you may even find out that you really enjoy getting to know some of your classmates. Some of them have taken online classes before and may be able to give you some really good advice on how to be successful. So every discussion board, your original post is due by midnight on Thursday. And then you need to come back and by midnight Monday, make comments on at least 2 other students' posts. So when you go to make a reply to another student, so here is Taylor's post. You can click reply and a dialog box will open. You can type in the box and then you would click post. I'm going to click cancel because I didn't type anything in there. You can attach pictures and things if you want to make your introduction to the class really interesting. This is a chance for you to get to know each other a little bit and for me to get to know you. It's really hard for me teaching an online class that I never get to see you. So if you want to put a picture of yourself, that'd be awesome. My About Me is here and you can read this. It just talks a little bit about my career. I've been teaching for, this is my 15th year and I'm in love with my job. I always tell all my in-class students on the first day, I love my job and what I really want is for you to find a job that you love as much as I love my job. So that's what I want to help you do. So back to my math lab, the discussion board is not optional. When you have made a post on the discussion board, go to the Do Homework button and see that there's a homework assignment called Week 1 Discussion Post. So once you have done your posting on the discussion board, click on question 1 here and it will say, have you introduced yourself to your classmates on the discussion board? And when you answer yes, then you'll get a point for completing the discussion board assignment. I do check periodically to make sure that people have posted on the discussion board before getting credit. So just know that, and please don't answer the question yes until you have actually posted to the discussion board. So movies like this that I make and pencasts that I can make, I will also post on the website on this page. And if you look here, you'll see there already are some. There's a bookcase problem that a lot of students had a problem with. So if you're having trouble with something, come look here and see if maybe I've already made a video. Here's systems of equations, polynomial long division, intro to chapter 6, factoring strategy. So there's already a lot of videos here that I've made from previous semesters. I also have advice here from previous online students. I will ask you at the end of this semester for advice for my students for the fall, and I copy and paste these from what the students tell me. So you may find this really helpful to hear from other students of what they found to be really important tips for success. And I will be asking you in a future discussion board which of these tips you found the most useful so far. This button is geometry formulas. And it shows you formulas you need to memorize and the formulas you just need to know how to use, but they would be given to you and you don't need to memorize them. Then this is a really important button, the free 24/7 online tutoring. This is available through Canvas now, which is awesome. So if you go to Canvas, now there's a button, tutor.com online tutoring in the Canvas class. You'll also see that there's Debbie's website. So this is my website that I keep up. It's not as useful for the online class because we're online all the time already, but I use it a lot for my other classes to post things that I want them to be able to look at, like quiz solutions. So for your class, the syllabus is here, the schedule, instructions for using MyMathLab. The 2015-16 academic calendar is here. You can email me from here. So if you want to use my website, that's awesome. So that's all I have to tell you about MyMathLab. So I wanted you to see what all the buttons are for and how to use them. So again, here's the home page. This is your starting point every time you log in to the class. So make sure you keep an eye on your overall score and make sure to keep it above 70%. And then please read the welcome letter that I sent that has all the criteria that you need to meet in order to stay in the class. So I need you to complete the first several homework sections. So you'll see you need to complete through quiz 2. So quiz 2 is due Tuesday, February 2nd. So you need to finish all of chapter 1 within the first week and a half. That should be all review material. So what I'm trying to help you decide is whether this class is going to work for you. Are you able to work at the pace you need to get the work done in a timely way? Some students love this format. For other students, it is not the best way to learn. So be realistic with yourself. Do you have at least 12 hours a week to spend working on this class? So that's more than 1 hour a day. Most students find they need to sit down at their computer almost every day for at least an hour to be successful in the class. So I'm hoping you're going to be really, really successful, and I really want to help you do that. So please ask any questions that you have and let me help.